morning, dear students of HSC first year. Once again, welcome to the online class arranged by Rajshahi College. I am Mohammad Amir Sadat, Assistant Professor of English. Hope you all are keeping fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I hope very soon we will return to our green and glorious Rajshahi College campus. And I also believe that you are getting benefit from this online class. Today I will discuss on Unit-01, Lesson 3, and the title of today's lesson is Two Women. These two women are Valentina Tereshkova and Kalpana Chawla. And you know that in my previous class I have already discussed about Valentina Tereshkova. Today I will discuss on Kalpana Chawla. And you know that Kalpana Chawla was the first woman in this Indian subcontinent who traveled space. And after reading the text, you will know who is Kalpana Chawla, about her life, about her career, about her space travel, etc. And I suggest you to read the text carefully because you know that from your text you will get MCQ questions, you will get open-ended questions, you will get summary writing, you will get flowchart writing, and clause test with clues and clause test without clues. So text is very important. Each and every unit and each and every lesson is important for you. And I again request you to read the text carefully. I also advise you to make a good vocabulary. And when you read the passage, try to note down the meaning of the words in your diary or in your khatas, and it will help you to understand the passage very nicely and in a befitting manner. For a beautiful presentation, I have made a slide presentation for today's class. Let's go to the slide presentation and enjoy today's class.
Okay, dear learners, before going to discussion from text, let's have a look on today's class outline. From today's class, you may know Unit 1, Lesson 3, text with annotation. I'll thoroughly read the text and I'll explain it. And today's text is about Kalpana Chawla. And then vocabulary with synonyms and antonyms. I'll discuss the vocabulary. After that, choose the best answer. I have made some MCQ type questions for your practice. Then clause test with clues. After that, clause test without clues. And at last, some open-ended questions for discussion. Okay, let's start the text. Okay, Unit 1, Lesson 3, and the title of today's lesson is Two Women. And you know that Valentina Tereshkova and Kalpana Chawla were the two women of this lesson. And in previous class we have discussed a lot about Valentina Tereshkova. Today we will discuss about Kalpana Chawla, her life, her career, etc. Chawla was born in Karnal, India. She completed her earlier schooling at Tagore Bal-Niketan Senior Secondary School, Karnal. And here you may see the picture of this institution, Tagore Bal-Niketan Senior Secondary School. And from this institution, Chawla has completed her earlier schooling, and she is the first Indian-born woman and the second person in space from this subcontinent. So really it is a great matter of pride that Chawla was selected as an astronaut from this subcontinent. And what is the meaning of subcontinent? Subcontinent means a large part of Asia containing India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. After graduating in aeronautical engineering from Punjab Engineering College, India, in 1982, Chawla moved to the United States the same year. She obtained her master's degree in aerospace engineering from the University of Texas in 1984. Later, she did her PhD in aerospace engineering in 1988 from the University of Colorado. Here is a word aeronautical, and you have to know the meaning of this word. Aeronautical means pertaining to the scientific study in flying or in flight or in aircraft. So I repeat, aeronautical means pertaining to the scientific study of aircraft or plane, etc. And another word is astronaut. Astronaut means who travels, a person who travels in a spacecraft. Okay, determined to become an astronaut even in the face of the Challenger disaster 1986 that broke apart 73 seconds into its flight, leading to the deaths of its 7 crew members. Okay, there is another word, determine. What is determine signifies? Determine means to make a strong decision, to become an astronaut. An astronaut means a person who trained to travel in spacecraft. So while you read the text, please try to understand the text, try to understand the meaning of the words, and for this reason you need a very good and rich vocabulary. So while I go through the text, I will explain the word meaning step by step. So I repeat, determined to become an astronaut even in the face of the Challenger disaster 1986 that broke apart 73 seconds into its flight, leading to the deaths of its 7 crew members. And there is another word, crew. What is the meaning of crew? A group of people who work in a space. A group of people who work in a space or a ship, etc. And Chawla joined NASA in 1988. She began working as a vice president, where she did computational fluid dynamics research on vertical takeoff and landing. And here is another word, and takeoff. What is the meaning of takeoff? Takeoff means the moment when an aircraft leaves. The moment when an aircraft leaves the ground and begins to fly. That is called takeoff. And another word is vertical, that is called ullombo or khara. And this vertical means at right angles to the plane of the horizon. At right angles to the plane of the horizon. Okay, then in 1991 she got US citizenship and started her career as a NASA astronaut in 1995. Here is another word, citizenship. What is citizenship? The position of being a citizen of a country. The position of being a citizen of a country. That is called citizenship. So Chawla got citizenship, US citizenship in 1991. And started her career as a NASA astronaut in 1995. Okay, she was selected for her first flight in 1996. So you have to remember this year because you have to face some MCQ type questions. For this reason, you have to remember this year, this information, if you want to do good in MCQ type of questions. She was selected for her first flight in 1996, and she spoke the following words while traveling in the weightlessness of space. And she says, you were just your intelligence. She had traveled 10.67 million miles, as many as 252 times around the earth. I repeat, as many as 250 times around the earth. So this is a great history for the Indian subcontinent, and she is our pride. Her first space mission STS-87, began on 19 November 1997 with 6 other astronauts on the Space Shuttle Columbia. Okay, here is the name of her spaceship, that is Space Shuttle Columbia. Was her first space mission. On her first mission that lasted for 15 days, 16 hours, 34 minutes and 4 seconds, she traveled 6.5 million miles. She was responsible for deploying the Spartan satellite, which however malfunctioned, necessitating a spacewalk by Winston Scott and Takeoff, 2 of her fellow astronauts, to retrieve the satellite. So dear learners, here we got some new word, that is deploy. What is the meaning of deploy? Deploy means to use someone effectively. To use someone effectively. You can write down the meaning also in your khata. There is another word, malfunction. What is the meaning of malfunction? Malfunction means inability to work or function normally. Inability to work or function normally. There is another word, necessitate. What is the meaning of necessitate? To cause something to be needed. To cause something to be needed, you can write also. And there is another word, retrieve. What is the meaning of retrieve? Retrieve means to regain or to get back. Okay, in 2000 she was selected for her second space mission STS-107, and this mission was repeatedly delayed due to scheduling conflicts and technical problems. On 16 January 2003, Kalpana Chawla finally started her new mission with 6 other space crew on the ill-fated Space Shuttle Columbia. So Columbia was the name of her spaceship. Then she was one of the mission specialists, and Chawla's responsibilities included the microgravity experiments, for which the crew conducted nearly 80 experiments studying Earth and space science, advanced technology development, and astronaut health and safety. Here is another new word, microgravity. Microgravity means very weak gravity, as in an orbiting spacecraft. Very weak gravity, as in an orbiting spacecraft. After a 16-day scientific mission in space, on 1st February 2003, Columbia disintegrated over Texas during its re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. All the crew in Columbia, including Chawla, died only 16 minutes prior to their scheduled landing. So it is a matter of great regret that only before 16 minutes, Chawla with her all crew died in this spacecraft Columbia. So here is another word, disintegrate, and the meaning of disintegrate is broken into parts. Space Shuttle Columbia broken into parts, and for this reason only before 16 minutes Chawla with all her crew had died. Investigation shows that this fatal accident happened due to a damage in one of Columbia's wings caused by a piece of insulating foam from the external fuel tank peeling off during the launch, and during the intense heat of re-entry, hot gases penetrated the interior of the wing, destroying the support structure and causing the rest of the shuttle to break down. So dear learners, here are also some new words, and that is insulate. What is insulate? What is insulate? Insulate means to cover and surround something with a material in order to stop heat. I repeat, insulate means to cover and surround something with a material in order to stop heat. Okay, there is another word, that is peel off. There is another word, peel off, and the meaning of peel off means to leave a group of vehicles, to leave a group of vehicles or aircraft. And another word, that is penetrate. Penetrate means to go into something, especially with force. To go into something, especially with force. That is called penetrate. And now there is a rich vocabulary for you. And as I say earlier, that you can do well if you have built a good and rich vocabulary in English. I am trying to make a vocabulary for you. Here, aeronautical. Aeronautical is an adjective, and it's mean biman chalona sankranto, or of or pertaining to the scientific study of flight, and its noun is aeronaut. Aerosol, that is gaseous a gaseous substance. Its example is, this is an aerosol spray. Carrier. Carrier is noun. Its meaning is karmojibon, an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress. Its noun is carrierist, and synonym is occupation. Computational, it is an adjective. Its meaning is gononiyo. Its Bengali meaning is gononiyo, and English meaning is relating to computation. And its noun is computation, and its verb is compute. Countdown. Countdown is noun. This means ulto gonona. Ulto gonona, a count backward in fixed units to the time of some event. And its verb is count, and adjective is countable. And determine. Determine means nirdharon kora, and its English meaning is to make a strong decision. To make a strong decision, and its noun is determination, determinant, and adjective is determined, and synonym is decide. Here are some more words also. There is a word disaster. Disasters means durjog. Its English meaning is an unexpected man-made or natural catastrophe, and its adjective is disastrous. Synonym is destruction, damage, or inversion. Another word is expertise. Its Bengali meaning is bishesh gyan. English meaning is great skill or knowledge in particular field or hobby. Its synonym is sagacity, wisdom, and its opposite meaning is inexperience. Another word is flight. Flight means akashpothe gomon, a journey in an aircraft, and its synonym is air or air travels is synonym. Parachuting. Parachuting is noun. Its Bengali meaning is অবতরণ ছত্র দ্বারা খেলা করা. Bengali meaning is also so tough, I think. And sport of jumping with a parachute is its English meaning, and its noun is parachute or parachutist. Peel off. যানবাহন বা বিমান থেকে বের হয়ে আসা. Its English meaning is to leave a group of vehicles or aircraft, etc. And its synonym is get out, and opposite or antonym is enter. Okay, take off. Take off is very important for this lesson. This Bengali meaning is uddayon, the moment when an aircraft leaves the ground and begins to fly. And its verb is take off. Synonym navigation, and opposite or antonym is landing. There is another word, vertical. Vertical means khara ba ullombo. Its English meaning is at right angles to the plane of the horizon or a baseline, and its adverb is vertically. Synonym is perpendicular, plumb or erect, and its opposite or antonym is horizontal or inclined. Okay, dear learners, I have made some questions for you, that is, choose the correct answer from the alternatives. As we go through the text, so I think you all will capable to answer these questions, and if we go through the text thoroughly, then we can answer MCQ type of questions. We can answer clause test with clues, we can answer clause test without clues, and some open-ended questions also. Okay, here is the first question. What could be the closest meaning of deploying? There are four options. Dedicate, option 2, bring into effective action, and option 3, survey, and option 4 is distinguish. So which is the correct answer? I think the correct answer is bring into effective action. Bring into effective action is the right answer for deploying. Number B, the best synonym of malfunction is. What is the best synonym of malfunction is? Option 1, breakdown, option 2, unbreakable, option 3, flawless, and option 4, disintegrate. So the best answer is breakdown. Number 1, breakdown is the synonym of malfunction. And the word necessitating in line 17 refers to option 1, to have an urge, to do something, or relentless, or option 3, compelling, and option 4, emergency. I think the best answer should be compelling. Compelling refers to necessitating. Okay, question D. Chawla is the dash person in space for India. In space from India. Option 1, first, option 2, third, option 3, second, and option 4, fourth. And we all know that Chawla is the first person in space from India. So option 1 is the best answer. And Chawla left for USA in option 1, 1984, option 2, 1985, option 3, 1982, and option 4, 1983. And the best answer is 1982. Option 3 is the best answer. Okay, dear learners, here is the solution to question 1. I have already made a solution for you. For question A, answer is bring into effective action. For B, answer is breakdown. Answer for question C is compelling. Answer for question D is first. And answer for question E is 1982. Now, dear learners, I have made some more MCQ questions for you for more practice. Please try to understand the questions and then try to answer the questions. And if you want to write down the questions and answer, it will be very good for you to practice these questions. Number F, question F, from which two universities did Chawla gain her master's and doctorate degrees? Option 1, Johns Hopkins University, University of Kansas. Number 2, Iowa State University, University of Kansas. Number 3, University of Texas, University of Colorado. And number 4, University of Alabama and Yale University. I think the best answer is option 3, University of Texas and University of Colorado. Question G. Aeronautical engineering refers to aeronautical engineering refers to? Option 1, flying aeroplane. Option 2, aerial navigation. Option 3, the study of engineering in aviation. And option 4, study of science and technology. So I think the best answer is option 3, the study of engineering in aviation. The study of engineering in aviation is called aeronautical engineering. Question H. The word intelligence stands for? Number 1, stupid. 2, uncouth. 3, smartness. And 4, wisdom. And I think the best answer is wisdom. Wisdom is the meaning of intelligence. What disaster took place in Challenger in 1986? What disaster took place in Challenger in 1986? Number 1, option 1, it broke apart 73 seconds into its flight. Option 2, it crashed after takeoff. Option 3, its engine stopped working. And option 4, its propeller broke down. So I think the best answer is option 1, it broke apart 73 seconds into its flight. Okay, next. What responsibility was imposed upon Chawla on her first space mission? I repeat, what responsibility was imposed upon Chawla on her first space mission? Option 1, to travel at high speed. Option 2, to take care of her fellow astronauts. Option 3, to deploy the Spartan satellite. And option 4, to fulfill her duty with utmost sincerity. And I think the best answer is number 3, to deploy the Spartan satellite. To deploy the Spartan satellite. Question K. She was responsible for deploying the Spartan satellite. What does it imply? Option 1, she was given the duty to replace the Spartan satellite. Option 2, she was given the responsibility of setting up the Spartan satellite. Option 3, she was responsible for destroying the Spartan satellite. And option 4, the responsibility of removing the Spartan satellite fell upon her. So I think best option is number 2, she was given the responsibility of setting up the Spartan satellite. Now question L. What do you think is the appropriate meaning of obtain in line 5? What is the meaning of obtain? Option 1, search. Option 2, undertake. Option 3, acquire. And option 4, hold. Here I think option 3 is the best answer. Acquire is the meaning of obtain. Question M. On what did Chawla perform research after joining NASA? Option 1, on space related activities. Option 2, on how to make spaceships. Option 3, on the various parts of spaceships. And option 4, on vertical takeoff and landing. And I think the best answer is number 4, on vertical takeoff and landing. Question N. What selection did she receive in 1996? Option 1, she was selected for teaching in the university. Option 2, she was selected for her first flight. Option 3, she was selected to go on a mission. Option 4, she was selected to become an astronaut. So I think the best answer should be option 2, she was selected for her first flight. Question O. What is the other name for Space Shuttle Columbia? I repeat, what is the other name for Space Shuttle Columbia? Option 1, Challenger. Option 2, Mission STS-87. Option 3, CFD. And option 4, MIG, that is MiG 15 UTI. And I think the best answer is Mission STS-87. Mission STS-87 is the best answer. Question P. Her first space mission started in 1997, 1991, 1984 and 1988. And I think the best answer is option 1, 1997. In 1997, Chawla's first space mission started. And question Q. Why did Winston Scott and Takeoff need a spacewalk? Very important question. I repeat, why did Winston Scott and Takeoff need a spacewalk? And option 1, because they needed fresh air. Option 2, because they felt suffocated inside the spaceship. Option 3, because they needed to retrieve the satellite. Or option 4, because the Spartan satellite did not function properly. I think the best answer is option 4, because the Spartan satellite did not function normally. Here is the solution to more MCQ questions which I have already discussed. You can also write down the answers in your khata. Question F, the answer of question F is University of Texas and University of Colorado. For question G, answer is the study of engineering in aviation. For question H, answer is wisdom. For question I, answer is it broke apart 73 seconds into its flight. Option J, answer is to deploy the Spartan satellite. For question K, answer is she was given the responsibility of setting up the Spartan satellite. Question L, and the answer is acquire. Question M, answer is on vertical takeoff and landing. For question N, answer is she was selected for her first flight. For question O, answer is mission STS-87. For question P, answer is 1997. And for question Q, answer is because the Spartan satellite did not function normally. Dear learners, here is question 2, clause test with clues. You know that text is very important because from the text you may get MCQ questions, you may get clause test with clues, clause test without clues, open-ended questions, summary writing, etc. So here is a clause test for you, and there are some clues. Number 1, philo. Number 2, safety. Number 3, specialist. Number 4, lasted. Number 5, repeatedly. Number 6, finally. Number 7, deploying. Number 8, astronauts. Number 9, satellite. And number 10, microgravity. You have to use these clues to fill up this blank. Okay, let's start. Chawla's first space mission STS-87 began on 19 November 1997 with 6 other dash on the space shuttle Columbia. So for gap A, the answer is astronaut. 6 other astronauts on the space shuttle Columbia. Here is the option astronaut. Here is the clue. On her first mission, that gap B, for 15 days, 16 hours, 34 minutes and 4 seconds, she traveled 6.5 million miles. So what should be the answer for option B? For gap B, lasted will be the correct answer. On her first mission that lasted for 15 days, 16 hours, 34 minutes and 4 seconds, she traveled 6.5 million miles. She was responsible for dash. What will be the answer for option C? C should be deploying. Deploying is the correct answer. She was responsible for deploying the Spartan satellite, which however malfunctioned, necessitating a spacewalk by Winston Scott and Takeoff. 2 of her dash astronauts. What will be the answer for gap D? For D is the correct answer is philo. 2 of her philo astronauts to retrieve the dash. So which will be the answer for option E? For option E is the answer is the satellite. Okay, please read again. So Spartan satellite, which however malfunction, necessitating a spacewalk by Winston Scott and Takeoff, two of her fellow astronauts, to retrieve the satellite. In 2000, she was selected for her space mission STS-107. This mission was gap F, which will be the correct answer for F. Repeatedly is the correct answer. This mission was repeatedly delayed due to scheduling conflicts and technical problems. On 16 January 2003, Kalpana Chawla, option G. For G, which will be the correct answer? Kalpana Chawla, finally is the correct answer. On 16 January 2003, Kalpana Chawla finally started her new mission with 6 other space crew on the ill-fated Space Shuttle Columbia, and she was one of the mission H for H, which will be the correct answer. Specialist will be the correct answer, and she was one of the mission specialists. And Chawla's responsibilities included the dash experiments, included the microgravity experiments. So for gap I, microgravity is the correct answer, and for which the crew conducted nearly 80 experiments studying Earth and space science, advanced technology development, and astronaut health. And for gap J, health and J is the safety is the correct answer for J. So I repeat, for which the crew conducted nearly 80 experiments studying Earth and space science, advanced technology development, and astronaut health and safety. So here is the solution to question 2, that is cross test with clue. A, astronauts. B, lasted. Answer for C is deploying. Answer for D is fellow. E, satellite. F, repeatedly. G, finally. And answer for H is specialist. Answer for I is microgravity, and answer for J is safety. So this is the answer for with clue. And dear learners, you can write down the answers in your khata. Now another question, cross test without clues. Okay, you have to read the passage and then try to answer the gap cross test without clues. Here there is no clues for you. You have to write down from your own words. Chawla was born in Karnal, India. She completed her earlier dash at Tagore Bal Niketan Senior Secondary School. So what will be the answer for option A? Is schooling. Schooling is the correct answer. She is the first Indian born woman and the second person. So second is the correct answer for option B, and the second person in space from this subcontinent. After graduating in aeronautical engineering from Punjab Engineering College, India in 1982, Chawla moved to the United States. So moved is the correct answer for option C. Moved to the United States the same year. She obtained her master's degree. Option D, in is the correct answer. She obtained her master's degree in aerospace engineering from the University of Texas in 1984. Later, she did her PhD in aerospace engineering. So for gap E, aerospace is the correct answer. In aerospace engineering in 1988 from the University of Colorado. Determined to become an astronaut even in the face of the Challenger disaster 1986 that broke apart 73 seconds into its first flight. So here broke apart is the correct answer for F, leading to the deaths of 7 crew members. Chawla joined NASA in 1988. She began working as a vice president where she did computational fluid dynamics CFD research on vertical takeoff and landing. So research is the correct answer for option G. And in 1991 she got US citizenship and started her career as a NASA. So for gap H, citizenship is the correct answer. Started her career as a NASA astronaut in 1995, and she was selected for her first flight in 1996. So flight is the correct answer for gap I. And she spoke the following words while traveling in the weightlessness of space: "You are just your intelligence." And she had traveled 10.67 million miles, as many as 250 times around the earth. So many is the correct answer for gap J, as many as 252 times around the earth. So here is the solution of question 3. Dear learners, you can write down the answer in your khata. For gap A, schooling is the correct answer. For gap B, second is the correct answer. C is moved, D is in. For gap E, aerospace is the correct answer. For gap F, broke is the correct answer. For G, research is the correct answer. For H, citizenship is the correct answer. For I, flight is the correct answer. And for gap J, many is the correct answer. So here is the solution of question 3. Okay, dear learners, here is another question for you. Answer the following questions. These are some open-ended questions, and you may get 2 marks for each question. And question 1, what is Columbia? What was happened to it? Answer is, Columbia is the space shuttle that Chawla used in her space mission. But the space shuttle is disintegrated during its re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere, killing all the crew, including Kalpana Chawla. Okay, this is a sample answer for you. You should not write my answer, or you should not copy this answer, or you should not memorize this answer. You may also write your answer in your own English, but I am just trying to give a sample for you so that you can write these answers. Okay, question B, what do you know about Chawla's early life? And the answer is, Kalpana Chawla was born in July 1961 in a small town in Karnal. She has 2 more sisters and a brother, and she got educated at the Takeoff public school and later enrolled into Punjab Engineering College to complete her aeronautical engineering degree. Question C, what do you know about Chawla's educational qualifications? What do you know about Chawla's educational qualifications? And the answer is, she graduated from Punjab Engineering College in Aeronautical Engineering in 1982. After moving to USA, she completed her MS in Aerospace Engineering from the University of Texas. In 1988, she obtained a PhD in the same subject from the University of Colorado. So, you know that if you read the text carefully, then you can answer any question from the text. Question D, how can you account for Chawla's courage and valor? The answer is, Chawla had an invincible desire and extreme determination to become an astronaut, and she did not lose her heart even when she learned about the Challenger disaster in 1986, which caused the deaths of all its crew members. And question E, you are just your intelligence. What did Chawla mean by this? This is a quotation by Chawla. You are just your intelligence. You are just your intelligence. What is the meaning? Okay, answer is, by this Chawla means that intellect is behind all our success. Intellect is behind all our success, and our success, fame or greatness are the products of our intellectual power or brain. And by using our intellect, we gain our desired goal. So this is the answer of some open-ended questions, and I repeat and I request all the students to read the text carefully, and for this reason you can answer all the questions, MCQ questions, summary writing, open-ended question, with clues, without clues, etc. So thank you very much, my dear students. From today's class, I think you have learned a lot. I have already discussed the text with explanation, and then I have discussed how to make a good and rich vocabulary, and then we have discussed MCQ type of questions, clause test with clues, clause test without clues, some open-ended questions, etc. See you soon. Now it's time to go. Stay home and stay safe. Allah Hafiz.